All right. Shalom, shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, all honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bashim Karkadash, double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone who rule and teach well, who also taught us this 100% truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect. I'm the brother Kasai, back with another quick lesson. And going into this lesson, man, it prompted me into, through the spirit, going into this video that Trump was speaking about going into Greenland, and through the spirit it got on me to go into a few things. Matter of fact, let me grab a quick scripture. All right, and this is Psalms chapter 2 and verse 1. It says, "Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing?" So these heathens and these other nations, they think they're going to continue to rule forever. All right, they're setting themselves in positions such as China especially being one of them, because we mostly buy most of our products and most of our things from China. All right, and China is putting themselves in position to make trade with Canada, in which I have the article up too. All right, so let me find that. All right, here it is. This is from pm.gc.ca, Prime Minister of Canada. And you can see the highlighted. It says, after their meeting, Prime Minister Carney and President Xi released a joint statement outlining the pillar of Canada and China's new strategy partnership. Central to this new partnership is an agreement to collaborate in energy, clean technology, and climate competitiveness. And not just only there, China is also building if I'm not mistaken, let me grab it. China is building an embassy in the UK, one of the largest embassy in the Europe. All right, or the UK, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so they're all making plans. All right, China's trying to be that next powerhouse, which they are a powerhouse, but they're trying to be the new next face. All right. All right, because they're getting ready to come against America. All right, so all these things are taking place, and these Moabites or these gooks, all right, believe that they have next, and they don't. All right, and I was, watching a little bit of this video. These nations are preparing for war. All right, they're getting ready to, they're setting up strategies and taking over certain areas, such as China taking over Taiwan and Russia going into Ukraine. All right, these nations are making strategic moves, man. All right, the scripture talks about how they're getting away from what they're naturally doing, their agriculture, to get it ready to gear up for war. All right, matter of fact, let's grab that in Joel. If I'm not mistaken, Joel chapter 3. All right. It says, let's jump up some. All right. It says, proclaim this among the Gentiles. This is the Lord speaking. Prepare for war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come down. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves, and come all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about thither. Cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be wakened and come up in the valley of Jehoshaphat, Yahweh Shaphat, which means Yahweh's a decision, the Lord's decision, man. The Lord is going to judge these nations in that Levant region. All right, this is where World War III is going to take place. All right, in the Middle East. It says, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. All right. It says, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come get you down, for the press is full, the fat overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of Yahweh is near in the valley of decision. All right. So, hey, it's near. Okay. And after these things, these nations believe whoever's the deciding factor of winning this war or whatever, all right, is going to have next. All right. Such as China. Okay. These Moabites think they have next, but hey, they don't. All right. The Lord has something even against Moab. All right. Matter of fact, let me get this. This is Zephaniah. All right. Zephaniah 2:8. And it says, I have heard the reproach of Moab and the violence of the children of Ammon. Yeah, Ammon being those Japanese, all right, which they're gonna come back into the into their rightful fold, all right, with Moab, all right, the Koreans, all right, whereby they have reproached my name, my people, and magnified themselves against their border. All right, Shalom, call all about Shem Yahushua. All right, Salakia, I had a call, but just to continue this lesson, man, I'm gonna read this again in Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 8, and it says, I heard the reproach of Moab and the revilings of the children of Ammon, whereby they have reproached my people and magnified themselves against the border. It says, this damn Burger King ad. Oh my goodness. Salakia. Satan, man. It says, therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh of hosts, the God of Israel, surely Moab shall be as Sodom, and the children of Ammon as Gomorrah. Even the breeding of the nettles in salt pens and a perpetual desolation, the residue of my people shall spoil them, and the remnant of my people shall possess them. Yeah, these heathens are going into captivity right after this war, man. They're going into captivity, man. Because in the kingdom, you need slaves. You're going to need servants. All right. And the scriptures talks about how the Lord is Yahushua, who the world calls Jesus. The Lord said that he was going to give Yahushua the heathens for a possession. All right. And Yahushua said he was going to share the heathens with the elect, the 144,000. All right, as well as the children, as well as all of Israel too, as well. All right, which consists of Native Americans, Latinos, and Negroes. All right, and how you know we got next? There's plenty of scriptures that go into that. Let's grab it. All right. This is what's this? Salakia. There's another one concerning Moab, but that's not what I wanted. So bear with me. I believe it's Revelation 21. This is Revelation 21 and verse 2. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, which Jerusalem in the Hebrew tongue is Jerusalem, which means city or teaching of peace, coming down from the Most High out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacles of the Most High is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people. And the Most High himself shall be with them and be their power. Yeah, who is that? That's talking about Israel, man. Talking about you Israelites, which consists of you Native Americans, Latinos, and Negroes. And the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. Yeah, man, we won't be able to get sick. There will be no more sickness. You don't have to worry about your kids, anything happening with your kids. You don't have to worry about none of those things anymore in the kingdom. All right. The Lord is going to take all that away. All right. The heathen won't be able to come over or possess us anymore. We won't be under these damn heathens anymore, worrying about bills and things of that sort. All that's going to be a thing of the past. They're going to have to deal with those type of things. All right. So we have next. Let me grab one more scripture. All right. This is 2nd Esdras, chapter 6 and verse 9. Now, even though this talking about Esau, all right, but Esau is the head ruler of the earth. Remember, in Genesis 27, it talks about the blessing. Esau got the blessing, man. He was going to receive the fatness of the earth. All right. It says in 2nd Ezra 6:9, it says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. So Esau is in power right now. The Lord gave him power. Remember in Job 9:24, it tells you the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Now, who is the wicked? When you go into Malachi 1:4, Malachi 1:4 tells you Esau is the border of wickedness. Okay? It says those things. Okay? He is the representative or the spiritual counterpart, or I want to say the physical counterpart of Satan. All right? On the earth. And power was given unto him. But when he's out of rulership, it says Jacob shall have next. So Moab and these other nations and these other Edomites, they don't have next. Jacob has next. Which are you Israelites, which consists of you Native Americans, Latinos, and Negroes. All right. Thus says the Bible. All right. So with that being said, Lord willing, I hope this is truly edifying. I want to give all praises, all honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, and Karkadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule and teach well, who also taught us his 100% truth. Shalom.